But they love clean water.
Eating one of his brothers, and although that is quite normal and it helps them grow and that's what they do kind of thing.
Yeah, just get your daily protein. What we having for dinner? Oh, your brother. Nigga. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Live Fam. Gang. Now today, bro, we got I Hatched Dinosaurs 300 million years old by Flytrap Films. Shout out Flytrap Films. I actually remember this channel. I'm pretty sure Tara Green actually did a video where he mentioned this channel for the Flytraps. Actually, that's why his name is Flytrap Films, because you know, he needed certain clips in order to put in that video, so he used it from this channel. So this is crazy, bro. I mean, obviously I Hatched Dinosaurs is a crazy title. Obviously it's not literally a dinosaur, but we're gonna see what it consists of, you know what I'm saying? So without further ado, make sure to grab your popcorn and let's see.
This tiny speck is a 300 million year old dinosaur egg next to a strand of my hair. Inside.
Wait, is it actually 300 million years old, bro? Because that is actually freaking insane. How did you even get that though? Like, where do they sell these, bro? On eBay?
Next to a strand of my hair. Inside, a dinosaur lies dormant, waiting for the perfect conditions to hatch. But today, the wait is over. With just a bowl of water and some strong light, we can trick these dinosaurs into thinking it's safe to come out of their shells.
Really?
And after waiting years to hatch...
Years? Years is an understatement. It says 300 million years. So, it could just choose whenever it wants to be born?
Waiting years to hatch.
What the heck? Oh my gosh.
A dinosaur is born.
1 day old.
However,
that looks insane, bro.
I had no idea raising these dinosaurs from...
That's like those creatures that we see in the abyss or something.
However, I had no idea raising these dinosaurs from baby to adult would be the most difficult. That's a skull isopod. Stressful.
Oh my God.
For some reason overnight they've just died.
What?
And demanding challenge I have ever faced. Bro, Tim is eating one of his brothers again. But the moment you see new life, you don't think about difficulty.
We got out.
So they over here, first of all, they can be born whenever they want. They choose to come out and they eat their own kind. Cannibalism, and they're just dying and stuff. I mean, the dying part I kind of get, because like I feel like, you know, obviously, well, every animal comes with its own, you know, preferences and where they gotta live and stuff in order to be functional and everything. So I'm sure this guy obviously done enough research to know the basics or whatever, but still there could be things that he doesn't know. And also the dinosaur could just be in not good health or something. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of things that could go wrong.
I have ever faced. Bro, Tim is eating one of his brothers again. But the moment you see new life, you don't think about difficulty.
We got our first little dinosaur. It is
oh
so
my
tiny.
gosh. I'll explain more soon.
No, we got two now. That must have happened like now.
They look like my little sperm cell. I mean, never mind.
Look how tiny they are, and they're gonna get so big. Okay, so what's the next step? On the second morning after hatching, or 48 hours, feed them for the first time.
Horse poop?
Definitely gotten bigger. That guy's body looks completely different.
It is finally time for us to give them their first meal, and we need to give them dust.
Dust. Spirulina power.
Of this. We're gonna try it, these.
Okay.
This is algae powder that people actually eat this because they think it's good for them or something. Ooh, this stinks. It smells like fish.
It looks like it stinks, I'm not gonna lie.
Instructions that I've read up on. Get like a toothpick amount.
Okay. We dump it in there.
And then we're supposed to suck up some of this water.
Yeah, get to sucking. There we go.
Got some algae for them. That looks like way too much, but okay.
They turn into a little liquid. So what do they do? Just inhale it? Just drink it?
That one's eating. Yeah, it's going down.
Oh, what the heck?
Over the next few days, our dinosaurs didn't need any more food than that. In fact, they started to grow quite quick, which is a very important part of their life cycle. You see, Tim...
What, day 4 and they already grown that much? Like, it doesn't look like much because they are super tiny right now, at least. But still, the difference, like, they look like a little spermy things to now they have these little wings.
And Tam here are 300 million year old living fossils called triops. Not only did they live with dinosaurs, but they showed up 70 million years before the first dinosaur even existed.
What? That's actually insane. How the fuck did they not go extinct, bro? with the dinosaurs. I mean, they are in the water, so you know they definitely have more of a chance to survive and stuff. And like we've been learning with the ocean, chat, all the weird creatures that are down there. Well, I say weird, but honestly, it's really beautiful on how many different creatures that we don't know, but that we have been finding out, and just their living conditions and stuff is crazy. So things that we don't even think about. So honestly, this doesn't even surprise me for real.
They have survived every extinction event in history without changing at all, which means that they have some very special ways of surviving. And one of those ways is to grow as quick as possible.
Bro, you think the triops could live like in deep ocean? Like, I feel like they could, bro. Because for them to survive all these years and stuff, like, it wouldn't make sense for them to just always be on the surface of things, if that makes sense, or like closer to the surface. Because with all the meteoroids and stuff, like, I don't know. Not the meteoroids, but what the hell wiped out the dinosaurs? A massive asteroid. Yeah, okay, so I was kind of right. The asteroid knocked them out and stuff. It's like, I feel like the only things could really survive is things that are deep in the ocean, you know?
As quick as possible. That is, if they can survive for long enough.
We have some bad news. That's Tim.
What?
And that's Tam. I don't know why, but for some reason overnight,
oh
no.
no.
All right, guys, I've just got these two things here. So the water's 21 degrees. That's a bit cold. Now let's do a water test. Well, guys, I think that's a bit of a problem. I think that's a bit too high for them. So there's a couple things we need to do. And I'm gonna go out and get those things, and hopefully we can bring back Tim and Tam's siblings.
And after a quick trip to the shops, I got everything we need.
Wait, so did they die, or they just kind of like, you know, the water's super dangerous for them, so they're kind of just immobile right now?
Quick trip to the shops, I got everything we need to bring Tim and Tam back to life. I got this big tub so that our dinosaurs can have more water that doesn't go bad as quick. Seeing as I've been told not to change their water before they're big enough for the tank we build them. I also got a heat pad and a thermometer to make sure that they stay warm enough. Now, the crazy thing about triops is that they lay hundreds of tiny eggs in the sand, but not all.
Bro, these look like little BB gun ammo, bro.
Triops is that they lay hundreds of tiny eggs.
They look like black eyed peas. That's what they look like.
Eggs in the sand,
which are super good.
Not all of them will hatch at the same time. So if we pour their sand back into this tub, we might be able to get Tim and Tam to hatch again, especially since we're giving them new clean water. And as you saw earlier, the water goes brown because of this leaf, which actually releases stuff called tannins, which stops mold and fungus from growing in the water.
Oh, really?
Which I really don't want Tim and Tam to get infected by.
I really want to know the science behind that. What are these plants called?
Tam to hatch again, especially brown because of this leaf, which actually releases stuff called tannins, which stops mold and fungus from growing in the water.
I actually want to know why. Tannins stop mold by directly attacking fungal cells, disrupting their walls and metabolism, and by creating inhospitable environments like lower pH or binding nutrients that starve or stress the mold. Okay, that makes sense. It all basically breaks down the fucking anything that involves the fungal cells and shit like that. That's cool though, bro. That's like essential, honestly.
Which I really don't want Tim and Tam to get infected by.
Guys, I was not expecting this at all, but I was just checking up on the water levels and stuff, and we have a baby dinosaur.
Oh, so baby dinosaur.
That this actually is working. It's so small. It's literally next to a grain of sand. Look at that. Guys,
it's like a fruit fly.
We've got two, guys.
Oh,
I cannot believe this. I was not expecting this at all. We've got two more dinosaurs. Tim and Tam are back.
Bro, that's so cool, bro. Let's do a quick
water test and see how it looks.
Well, as we can see, everything's looking pretty good.
So that's good.
For our little guy, Tim, in there. So I'm not gonna do anything, guys. I'm literally just gonna leave everything as is, and hopefully Tim and maybe Tam, wherever she is, will become big enough that we can finally start seeing her again.
Now, seeing as Tim and Tam are back, it's time to build them an ancient home for when they grow up, because they'll get 100 times bigger in the next 2 weeks.
100?
I want their home to be...
Bro, this should look like a fucking alien, bro.
...home for when they grow up, because they'll get 100 times bigger in the next...
Like, tell me that don't look like an alien, chat. That does not look natural. But at the same time, it looks super cool, though.
2 weeks. I want their home to be similar to what they had 300 million years ago. And first, we will start with...
let's just travel back in time and see what was there, huh?
Their environment.
Just do it.
Now, I have never had a pet that lives in water, so I am worried to put a background inside of their tank. So instead, I printed out a desert.
This is very underwhelming.
Yep, most triops actually live in water puddles that form in deserts when it rains every few years.
Wow.
And all those eggs they lay actually need to dry out before they'll hatch. So this is exactly what they are used to.
That's why. I was like wondering why they would pick the desert out of all places, but you know, the eggs literally need to dry out, and what perfect place to dry out than the desert.
Before they'll hatch. So this is exactly what they are used to seeing. And of course, all deserts have sand, so I rinsed this play sand like 1,000,000 times and then filled up our tank. But as we'll see later, I was given really bad information about this sand. But for now, I want to get that classic sand dune look we see in the desert. So I built up the sand in the corner and made sure to have at least 2 inches of sand at the lowest spot, because our dinosaurs need deep sand to dig and lay eggs. Otherwise, they can get stressed out. And as
you think the sand is a little too liquidy, maybe?
A final touch, I got this nice piece of wood I want to use in their tank.
That fits perfectly.
Now, seeing as our dinosaur's tank is starting to look like a desert,
it's
time to add some decorations in to make them feel even more at home. And obviously, we have to start the 3D printed decoration first, because that takes the longest. But
y'all, I've always wanted to see a 3D printer in person, bro. That shit looks so cool.
While it prints, we
like
can add
printing
in
something
these
in 3D.
cool rocks I found.
Red fossil snow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I obviously had to get these for our dinosaurs. I love all these lines.
Wow, are those like super old though, or are those made?
The stone that reminds me of those cliffs you lucky Americans have in the Grand Canyon. So I tried to show them off as much as possible, but also use the rock to hold back the sand dune to stop it from moving.
Check it out, guys. The 3D printer just finished making this skull. Now, I'm sure one of you guys out there will know what kind of dinosaur this is.
I don't know.
This skull is floating,
type of dinosaur is that?
We'll fix that when I add the water in after we put together this DIY decoration pack I got. I kind of just put the rocks together whichever way looked the best, and then try to super glue it together with some cotton. But my super glue lost all of its super for some reason.
So I'm thinking,
yo, I don't feel like that's always the case, bro. Like, I can't never find a super glue or something that actually be holding things, or even when it comes to tape and stuff too, bro.
Something kind of like that. When it's
like heavy duty.
So I put it together in the tank, and hopefully our little dinosaurs won't knock anything over. Now that we have all the decorations in, we can finally add in some water that I got from my dad's fish pond. I'll explain why we need this specific water next, but these last 2 parts of setting up Tim and Tam's home will be very quick, but are extremely important. Our dinosaurs need some electronics in their tank to keep them healthy, starting with this sponge filter. I actually stole some bacteria from my dad's pond filter too, and put it in the...
Yo, you just stealing from your dad's pond, bro. Finna come out and whoop your ass, man. You better calm down.
Sponge. So we already have millions of good bacteria. This stuff actually eats the poop from our dinosaurs and will also keep their water clean. So by transplanting them here, we instantly...
This is literally just a filter for them, bro.
We have a healthy ecosystem. Then obviously our dinosaurs that come from deserts need warm water. So I got them a heater and a thermometer. And of course, a timer
that's nice. So you can see it right there.
Light. And with all of that out the way, we can finally bring their tank to life with the last part of this build, adding some plants. Now, these plants are actually very important for our dinosaurs because they absorb all the stuff that our bacteria makes after they eat the dinosaur's poop. You see, our bacteria takes our dinosaur's poop and eventually turns...
All right, chat, how much money you gotta take to eat the dinosaur's poop? How much money? How much money, bro? $1 million. Eat all of his poop, bro. You gotta become the sponge.
Turns it all into nitrate, the same stuff that is in plant fertilizer. So while too much nitrate is bad for our dinosaurs, the plants absorb it before it becomes too much and uses it to grow bigger. And of course, the plants will also add a little...
Bro, isn't that crazy how all these things, you know, like you don't really think about it, but it's just a whole bunch of things that plays into the ecosystem of water and stuff, and how it has to be a certain way for these animals to to literally prosper. Like, that's insane to me, bro. Because like, it's just natural things that happen. Like, he's doing it DIY right now, but just think about like just the world, how beautiful it is. It just naturally has all this stuff, right?
Of oxygen to the water for our dinosaurs. So I pretty much spammed them all over the place. However,
it's way too
little
much.
did I know that these plants would also introduce predators into our ecosystem that could attack our baby dinosaurs before they even get a chance to defend themselves.
What?
But before we put
Wait,
Tim
what?
and Tam,
What the hell were these things though?
into our ecosystem.
What the hell is that? A bloodworm? That's what it looks like.
System that could attack our baby dinosaurs before they even get a chance to defend themselves. But before we put Tim and Tam into their new home, I have been keeping a secret from you guys for too long now.
Wait,
there
what?
is
What
a
did you
carnivorous plant that grows cups full of acid, and I have secretly been growing them for a future video. But as we all know, growing pitcher plants isn't easy, which is why when
just put your finger in there. No, just don't do that.
wanted to send me their newest products, I actually couldn't say no. I have been looking for a grow tent with a built-in stand and grow lights for literally 6 months now, and finally, Spider Farmer has made it. They have 6 shelves
that you can
easily adjust to get your plants closer or further away from the grow lights, wheels on the rack so you can easily move your collection wherever you want, and they give you a tray for every single shelf. The tent also has this really cool double-layered door design that lets you switch between see-through and light blocking, but the most impressive part is that you can actually connect it to their GGS 8.
It's only $200,049 plus tax. No, it's fine.
AC5 or AC10 smart power strips, so you can automatically control everything, and if you connect to it using their smart app, it makes it even easier. In fact, they actually sent me their GGS controller and their 5-liter humidifier to control.
I'm gonna just skip past this because it's just an ad and stuff, but that's cool though.
The stuff, the humidifier.
You guys mentioned support.
Their farmer and guys sponsoring this video. But now it is time to check up on Tim and Tam. And guys, we have some bad news.
What?
Tim is gone, and I don't know why this time. So let's do a quick water test and see if we can figure out what's going on. It looks like ammonia is 0.5, which I guess
that's not good, bad, right?
Our nitrite.
Does it have to be just straight 0 for it to be healthy for them?
0.5, which I guess isn't good, right? Our nitrite and nitrate, yeah, I would say it's getting a little bit high. I think that's what happened this time.
Yeah, safe is between like 10 25, and it's like, what did it say?
It's getting,
yeah, it's a little more towards that 50 color.
A little bit high. I think that's what happened this time. So I think what we've learned, I need to do water changes, even though no one has ever said anything about it.
And just so you know, the rest of this video is an absolute roller coaster. We have to go against everything we have been told about our dinosaurs' water if we want to get Tim and Tam back.
Well, you gotta try things. I mean, like, I don't blame them for trying this stuff because, like, they keep disappearing and stuff and not showing themselves, which means that they're, like, scared of the environment. Like, something's wrong, so he has to change something up.
Container has got to be much better than the big one because then we can actually see and make sure our baby dinosaurs are healthy. We've also been taught that rainwater is perfect for our dinosaurs, but look at how dirty this is. This has to be a reason why we lost our babies twice now. And even if we use fresh rainwater straight from the sky, it is still dirty. The thing is, people say use tap water, use bottled water, use reverse osmosis water, but these all have one thing in common. They are all very clean types of water, and the cleanest water I can get is water that has been sucked directly out of the air from a dehumidifier. This water is so pure and so clean.
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
Find anything in it at all. But think about that.
Yo, clear water is so freaking satisfying, chat. There's some beaches in the world too that have like just clear water, and it's like, it's so nice. Or just like that blue crystal color. I love that
at all. But
like in the Bahamas or something.
We all need nutrients and minerals to grow, and our baby dinosaurs get all of that directly from their water. So we need to add in some nutrients before they hatch, like a bit of cuttlefish for calcium, the almond leaf I spoke about earlier.
Yeah, that leaf and stuff.
The very last bit of sand we have that the eggs were buried in. And after taking a risk with the last few eggs we have, we wait.
All right, let's see if this pays off.
We don't have to wait for long.
Uh-oh.
The very next day, we had
tons
of babies. And of course, the biggest dinosaurs in the pond, Tim and Tam, were back. Look, there's Tim.
Wow. So it was the water, bro. They like clean water. But it's like, how does that really make sense though? Because like, you know what I'm saying? In the desert and stuff, that water is dirty though.
And there's Tam. And there's all their friends. There's so many of them now. And I did
but they
see
love
Timothy
clean water.
Eating one of his brothers, and although that is quite normal and it helps them grow and that's what they do kind of thing, we have to make sure we
just get your daily protein. What we having for dinner? Oh, your brother.
them healthy. So I crushed some cuttlebone, added it to some fresh clean water, and sucked out our dinosaur's poop 1 milliliter at a time.
You sucked they poop? Hey, to each their own, you know?
And then added in their fresh water every single day. Damn, look at these guys. Look, there's Tim.
Oh my gosh, they're getting big now.
I spent the last 2 weeks cleaning their poop, feeding them 3 times a day, and even rescuing unborn eggs, just so that Tim wouldn't eat them the moment they hatch. All while watching these guys grow hour
Tim's a fucking menace, bro.
after hour. And today is the day we move our dinosaurs into their final home and feed them some of their favorite treats.
Okay,
now,
let's see what that is.
I have been using water from the tank we built for their water changes. All we need to do is let them acclimate to the tank's temperature. And a few hours later, we can release our dinosaurs into their new home.
That one's spinning around. What is he doing?
That's super thoughtful, bro. Like having them still be in the container they're in, but get used to the water temperature, like you said. And that takes hours too.
That one's spinning around. What is he doing? That's not good.
Oh, whoa. Wait, why is he spinning?
No, that's not excited. That's something he's sick.
What the heck?
Oh no, that one at the back's doing it.
Or maybe he sees the girl that's in the background. He's trying to do flips for her. I don't know. Like, that's his mating thing?
He's like upside down.
Uh-oh.
You can't tell me that he's dead. You cannot tell me this.
No way.
You cannot tell me this.
Oh, it looks like it's struggling, bro.
Is that Tim?
I think it is. There's got to be another one in there somewhere. Where are they? This is not what I wanted to happen.
Dude, maybe this thing is not like as clean or something. Because, bro, but that's like instant death though. Damn.
They're all moving on.
Well, not instant because they were acclimating for like a few hours before they went in, but still.
Yeah, Tim's just doing the worst. He's like flipping upside down. Oh, that one as well.
Bro, what was wrong with it? They were just fine.
You can switch off the camera, so
oh, shoot.
I have always wanted to hold a dinosaur, but never like this.
Oh, man.
Although we have lost Tim, we still have 9 more dinosaurs to care for.
Bro, RIP Tim, bro.
We managed to rescue Tango, our smallest dinosaur that we couldn't find at first, because he luckily got tangled in the plants in the back. So having all those plants actually saved him. The next few days were a blur, so I'm going to fast forward.
Bro, what do you guys think happened to Tim though, for real? I think he just randomly just got sick and died, or like something happened in the water. What if he like, when he went in, like what if he hit something or something? I don't know.
Through the chaos, all our dinosaurs managed to recover overnight. And seeing as I was told their tank is perfect, I thought I put our dinosaurs into their tank too quickly. So the next day, I drip acclimated them for 3 hours and then put Tango in to see his reaction.
Okay.
But the moment he started digging, something hurt him. This is when I started to get suspicious of the
something's wrong with the water, bro. Like something, like that's like a sudden reaction.
Sand that I was told was so good for them. I started poking around in the sand to see what would happen, and huge bubbles started to come up. Now, this could possibly be normal air, or
maybe that's like too much pressure for their bodies or something.
Even toxic air, but I have no idea. So I made sure to mix it all up, do a full water change and then also do a water test, and everything seemed fine. But I'm not going to trust this sand that easily anymore. We need to test if it is
something's
the
definitely
sand
wrong.
or if it is all this brown stuff that is mixed in between the sand. So after cleaning a cup of it, we put Tango in for a few hours and he was completely happy. And this is when I knew that something strange was happening here. I stripped the tank, washed the sand 19 times and rebuilt it.
19
I
times?
still noticed that it wasn't really getting clean. And although Tango was happy inside of it at first, something hurt him right here.
Oh,
I don't know if it is the sand, the other creatures in the tank
What is
attacking him,
this?
or if it is this brown stuff that keeps appearing out of nowhere. But it's time to go for drastic measures. I went to a different aquarium shop, got a different type of sand for our dinosaurs, and completely redid their tank. I even washed everything to make sure we had no more parasites or that brown dust on their decorations. And 50 days after starting our first batch of dinosaurs, we finally have a home that Tango is happy with.
wow. Okay, finally, Tango doing the
is
tango.
happy, Tam and the others will be happy too.
Hey, hey, hey.
Originally, I wanted to run a taste test to see which food was
Wow, they actually look beautiful right now, bro.
their favorite, but after losing Tim and everything else they've been through, I decided to just give them the food I know they love. Carrots, algae cookies, and frozen bloodworms. Okay, well,
frozen
their favorite
bloodworms.
is clearly the bloodworms, but
God
in the
damn.
end, I'm just happy that they are happy.
You think the bloodworms are like ramen to them?
So happy, in fact, that Tam even laid her first batch of eggs.
Oh,
If
really?
you enjoyed this video, please
Yo,
consider
Tam.
subscribing. We are so close to my goal of 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and I cannot thank you all enough. I'll see you in the next one.
Wait, I'm trying to see like the...
Please consider subscribing.
Watch here
Laid
closely.
her first batch of eggs. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. We are so close to my goal of
I see them coming
100,000
out.
subscribers before the end of the year, and I cannot thank you all enough. I'll see you in the next one.
W Flychat Films, bro. This is an amazing video. Dude, he literally had to do so much changes to their home, bro. I feel like this is like the one of the most delicate animals I've seen, bro. Cause like they need a specific living conditions or else it's like not gonna be good for them, bro. But I'm glad he figured it out and they're happy and everything. Honestly, I wish I would have seen them get a little bigger though. That's what I was kind of waiting for. I wonder if there's gonna be a part 2 or whatever. Cause like, bro, what was this? Hold on, let's see. Triops full size. Let's see what they look like. See, this is like kind of what they look like. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. See, when they get bigger, they get a little scary. I'm not gonna lie. They look like those like a parasites in those scary movies, bro. Just get stuck to your face and just stay there. Just eat your face. Oh my gosh, look at this one. This one's beautiful. Oh yeah. Look at this. What the hell? This is almost as big as this guy's 4 fingers. No way. How big can they get? How big can oh my gosh. Bro, I can't type today, bro. Up to 4 inches or more. The 2 to 3 inches is a typical large size for many depending on food habitat and genetics. That's crazy. Like even though that's, you know, it's only a few inches or whatever, that's still pretty big. Especially for something that's been existing for 300 million years plus, bro. So yeah, that's crazy, chat. Let me know what else you guys want to react to, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.